Something that has really weighed on me, as well as astrology that I didn't used to believe in, is feminine and masculine energy. And before you click away, I think it's very important to acknowledge that you have to kind of have some polarity with the universe in your frequency. Everything literally vibrates. Like if you speak words out into the universe, that is vibrating, that is creating movement. When people speak loudly, sometimes you get tense. You got to ask yourself, what are your vibrations doing to interact with the surroundings around you? For example, I used to think all that was mumbo jumbo, but I've realized recently, for example, when I would get in really annoying situations in the past, I would just be mad and try to muscle my way through. If it's an annoying situation with a man, I think sometimes the polarity of just feminine energy and that softness can get you through it. Or if you're with a woman, and it's a lot of feminine energy competing, I think a calm, reserved, masculine energy can kind of get you the result you're looking for. This is not to say a woman needs to be a woman and a man needs to be a man, but I think there's some truth that you have to feel confident about the energy you're ultimately putting off. Maybe you are better with an androgynous energy and you feel out of balance because all day at work you have to be really tough and that's not you. I think it's really important to kind of understand with, feminine energy, masculine energy, as well as like the aura you give off. Because again, I used to think there's no energy. It's just what you do and what you don't do. But I've realized recently there is a lot of in between because ultimately we are creatures, right? Like we do have some natural aspects to us. So for me, learning that I can learn more about things like my personality type or my energy really helps me believe that ultimately it's always going to be onward and upward. The longer your life goes on, you can learn more about yourself and try something new. It could be something stupid. Like for me, I didn't really believe in all that, but learning about it gave me some new insight with how I'm going to push myself in my goals, how I'm going to prioritize rest. It doesn't have to be masculine and feminine energy. Maybe you like learning about your zodiac or your personality type, on one of those tests, like the INTP or whatever, I don't know. But I think it's really important to ultimately never lose hope because some people get so discouraged. And I think the most cringe thing you can do is create an identity out of your suffering. Like, yes, create an identity out of your suffering, but don't create an identity out of your suffering, if that makes sense. I don't think it's cool when people love to make excuses because your whole personality is soon going to be the excuse person. It's so much better to acknowledge what you have and move on. That doesn't invalidate what you've gone through. I used to think if I'm just this carefree person, people are going to think I have it easy. And so what? The universe rewards things that are magnetic. You don't have to become your struggle. You can choose today to be any kind of energy you want. And that's really what I'm saying. Go out, find something you like, and be that. But you do have to have an identity. There's psychological benefits to this kind of thing. If you believe nothing I do matters, I don't think that's very good for your sense of self. So find something to care about. Find a new identity. Maybe it's being a reader. Maybe it's joining the crochet club at your YMCA. Being a good parent, being a better daughter. These things are ultimately what's going to get you out of bed with a passion in the morning.